Hello and welcome to Magical Monday. Today's been a really interesting day. We've had a lot of interesting days lately, and we had an interesting card pull last night. My midnight meditation and my channeling brought a lot of information, and yesterday was a very deep read too. We have a lot of ancestors and spirit guides and angels trying to come through, and we're blocked. So, what these cards and this channeling is trying to tell us is we need to get unblocked. And when these cards are read, it's telling us, it's giving us ideas on how to get unblocked. This card came out the first, it's the Seven of Fire. And I always look at this one as she's got her hands on her neck. So that's telling me that's her throat chakra. And she's trying to tell somebody to use your voice. The lotus flower is floating in the water. She's got her two felines here, a butterfly on her third eye, forehead, the source crown above her head. She is all in tune, but the throat is what she's trying to get our attention with. Um, Heed your intuition. This is something that we've had a lot of warnings lately, a lot of deep reads, but I think we need those warnings. A feeling of recognition, unexplainable coincidences, moments that repeat, like that deja vu moment. Only you know the answer. Look beyond the surface and observe and be aware. This is an observing card, kind of. We really need to kind of stand back sometimes and observe. And that card really tells us that that is something we have to do is observe. Divination means to foretell or predict the future. Sometimes our intuition guides us, and at other times it is a simple awareness born of observation and paying attention. At other times, it is a marriage of both. Every day we are given signs that, if heeded, can reveal what is to come. The Seven of Fire represents a need to watch for those signs and heed the insight they offer. Observe the people around you. Look closely at patterns of behavior that repeat and pay attention to words spoken that lack mirroring actions. To meet, take note of promises broken, overreactions to questions, an inability to meet the eyes, and laughter that seems forced or contrived. They are all indications that there is more going on. Learn to watch, learn to listen, heed what your observations and senses are telling you. If you have a tendency to dismiss them, don't. Don't ignore them. If your gut tells you something is not as it seems, then look beyond the surface and see what is truly there, and then address it. The Seven of Fire cautions you against being dismissive. Pay attention, look, observe, discern the truth, address the contradictions and inconsistencies, see the signs, even the ones that might seem a little obscure and insignificant. They may foretell a future that is not in accordance with your goals. We have been getting a lot of warning, kind of rest, rejuvenate, pay attention to. We got the trickster yesterday. Right now, we have to really pay attention to some things going on around us in this world. It's not a bad thing. It's just not a good thing, because there's a lot of people that deceive around, and we just have to be really careful with that. Because with that, and I gotta find it, we got the World Regeneration, and I just said that. Celebrate what you have achieved and embrace new opportunities. You will be full of energy and motivation. The world is your oyster. Success, completion, celebration, beginnings, travel, motivation, and renewal. That's all of that. But yeah, she's still telling you to beware. Yeah, the world is your oyster, but beware of some things and observe more. Just don't go flying off and not paying attention to anything, because something's not right, because we did get a lot of earth, and this was a very unusual cards that flew out. We got an 11, heaven on earth. That was the next card that we popped out, and this is separation is an illusion. Center and align, which we have to. It's been telling us that for a while. Spiritual beings in a physical body, spirit dwells in nature. Symbolic relationships harm the planet and harm humanity. The ordinary is magic, and the magic is ordinary. Yeah. The 11 of Earth is a balancing and realigning, and we have been getting all of that. We really need to balance and realign ourselves, and we need to rest and rejuvenate. People are working too hard. They're working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. They're just going, going, going. And guess what? You may have that money, but your health is important too, and you can't buy that back. So these are really, really trying to tell us some things and give us some warnings, and tell us to slow down a little bit. You are a spiritual being, a soul living in a physical body. In order to experience and learn from life, you are here to learn from those experiences in order to grow and evolve. It is important to uh, ground yourself in a higher power, or the intangible here on the physical plane. Know that spirit, the divine, dwells in all things of earth, sky, and water. Honor spirit here on earth. To be spiritual does not necessarily require that you pray or follow a particular religious belief path. When defining the material as a physical world in which we dwell, and the immaterial as the world we cannot see, the 11 of Earth addresses the importance of seeing them as being a part of a singular whole. It has a very simple, direct meaning if it appears in your reading, like it symbolizes a potential imbalance that needs to be addressed. And yeah, there's been a lot of that lately, and that card does not surprise me in any way, shape, or form. We have a lot of imbalances going on right now, and all we have to do is we have to realign somehow, some way, because we got the strength card with that stability. Stand firm, be calm, and take the higher moral ground. The situation is a test of your character, and you are resilient and patient enough to withstand ongoing challenges without panic or compromise that doesn't feel right. This is courage, patience, and endurance, risk, balance, opposition, and vitality. There is some stuff going on, and we have to just sit back and think, marinate on it, and think about it before we just jump into things, because Spirit's trying to tell us and warn us that we need to slow down. Steady your paces, people. Steady your paces. Stay in your own lane, because the next card, we got the heaven on earth, and we got the 13 Queen of Earth. And I'm telling you, these earth cards came out boom, boom, boom. So it's telling us that we need to ground ourselves, and we're doing too much. The Queen of Earth will appear in your reading for two reasons. The first is to caution against making the home a hiding place where you shut out those who care about you. Yes, we will all need a sanctuary, but our periods of isolation should always be temporary. The Queen of Earth seeks to remind you that you are not meant to be alone. There are people who love you and support you. Let them in. The Queen of Earth may also be cautioning you against something. Smothering those around you. There is a difference between mothering and overwhelming, or worse, disempowering someone through too much care and attention. Take a step back and allow those around you to act for themselves. In fact, encourage them to act for themselves. You might enjoy what you do for others, but there comes a time when those around you must learn to look after themselves, or at least share in the household responsibilities. There is a lot of people smothering other people and just letting them do nothing all day. And that is not a good place to be. And it's not a good place for them to be either. It's not healthy. But everybody's going to do what everybody's going to do. And, what's interesting about that card is we not only got the don't spend time alone, we got the hermit. So somebody is contemplating and they're in their little hermit mode and they're not coming out. Try not to resist aloneness. It gives you time for contemplation and healing to find the answers you need and know yourself more deeply. But yeah, through retreat, travel, inner journey, solitude, seclusion, and protection. But that card's just telling you. It knew this was gonna come up because this was gonna make it okay for everybody to stay at home and be a hermit. But this card contradicted it in the beginning. It said, don't be a hermit. Don't seclude yourself. Sure, we need to be a hermit once in a while to meditate and have some downtime. But some people take it too far and they become trapped in the loneliness of their isolation, and that's not healthy. So those cards were trying to tell us, and there's a lot of people that do that. The other card we got it was really interesting how the Earths come out, because I just was really shocked, because then we got number 14, the King of Earth. So we not only got the heaven on Earth, we got the Queen of Earth, and we got the King of Earth. The King of Earth may represent someone who expects others to do for him what he is too lazy to do for himself. This is all telling us something. Are you smothering someone to do nothing and take care of them constantly? That is not healthy for them nor you. That's what these cards are telling us. That is not a good place to be. He can feel his is the Lord of his domain, and believe all who dwell within are there to serve him. That's the King of Earth. He may even be someone who tends towards chauvinism or bad behavior. The king can be rigid and controlling, bullish. He can also be jealous and unwilling to relinquish anything he sees as his property. He may represent someone who is a name dropper, who believes themselves to be far more important than they are, and he willing to take another's laurels for their own by suggesting that their success is only due to his help or counsel. When the King of Earth appears in your reading, he may symbolize a need to free yourself from a controlling relationship wherever you are not treated as an equal. He might also be telling you to let go and lighten up. It may even be time to laugh at yourself and to not believe your own hyperbole. Whether he represents you or another, the King of Earth cautions against egocentric behavior that restricts or limits others. If you are in a position of power or responsibility, remember always that it is not in your favor to abuse it. Allow those around you to shine when it is their time to be in the spotlight. That was a very interesting message. I knew that when all those earth signs were coming out, that it was a big message. Because with that one, we got a number 10, the Wheel of Fortune, Destiny. The wheel is not so much a doing card as a receiving card. So enjoy and appreciate the good fortune that comes to you. Now go with the flow. There's someone here that is crippling someone else and doing everything for them. And it's time for them to be a big girl or big boy and do their own stuff. I don't know who it is, but Spirit's trying to tell you something. So you can either listen or you don't have to. It's up to you. Okay, what did we get now? We got so many cards, I had to write them down. I mean, they were just flying out. If I can find this one. Yes, we got the 6 of Water. And this is a beautiful card. She is the ideal of kindness, compassion. See all good and pure in humanity, strive for better, accept that you will. Overcome obstacles with gentle determination. Do not meet aggression with aggression. Be kind and walk away. The Six of Water has a very simple message and meaning. It does not serve us well to give in the desire to inflict hurt just because we believe someone to be deserving of it. We may feel that we are justified, but what purpose does an act of spiteful retaliation serve but to make us less and perpetual suffering? It can also be said that it makes us energetically the same as the person who harmed us. Therefore, the Six of Water comes to caution against embracing pettiness and retaliation, regardless of the circumstances. There is always a better option than an act of spite. Anger used in this manner is rarely beneficial or healing. Instead, it perpetuates suffering. There are none who can remain untouched when cruelty is offered. Both the person who inflicts it and the person it is inflicted upon will be marked by it. If revenge is desired, the best revenge we can mete out to anyone who hurts us or upsets us is to remain peaceful and emotionally detached. We can choose to be kind to ourselves to end our suffering by walking away and investing our time and emotion in something more worthy. Yeah, I completely agree with that card. I think that's a great option. We don't want to fight with people. It's not worth it. It's just needful waste of time, in my opinion. With that card, we get the Magician manifestation. The time is now. Take action. You will find success. We are going into a lot of success and prosperity and jubilee and things like that. But we have a lot that we have to go through to get there. And there's going to be a lot of roller coaster rides going on right now in everybody's lives. There's a lot of purging and a lot of grief of the loss of what we were and what we've done and who we were, and losing of people in our lives and how to deal with that. There is so much going on right now. The shift is just getting so powerful. And the cards are really saying it. They're flying out and they're just wanting to be seen so bad. And there's so many of them. It's like, really? We really don't get this one. This is the Six of Fire. We get a lot of fire today. This is resolution needed, communication, diplomacy required, be willing to make concessions, let go of bias, be open-minded, two sides to every disagreement. There is some chaos going on in the background, and these cards are pointing it out. When the Six of Fire appears in your reading, it may represent an unwillingness to come to the decision table and resolve problems. That is not only affecting you, but those around you also. You would rather fight and win than to give an inch. Promise is not in your vocabulary, even if you may feel that you are justified and that the party who has wronged you should be held to account. Understand that at this time, your actions and demands may also hurt innocent parties. It is time to put your sword down and step away from the fight, not just for your own sake, but for the benefit of those who are caught up in the war you are waging. Whether the war is with another or there is an initial conflict you are waging within, now is the time to end it. Try to accept that some things cannot be changed or resolved, and that sometimes the better person is the one who walks away. I feel that there is a lot of ego going on. He said, she said, I'm right, you're wrong type of energy. And that gets, let me tell you, that gets you nowhere. That is a lose-lose situation. And I would not even be fighting with that. I would walk away from that crap. You know, sometimes we look back and the things that we tried to prove that we were so right about we look back and think, wow, I really tried to prove that I was right about that. I don't know where my mind was, but it was there back in the past somewhere. And I think a little differently about it because, with the 6 of fire, we got the 12, the hangman, limbo. Use this waiting time to see your situation in a new light and find alternative perspectives. You may find an ingenious solution or gain a valuable insight. Someone is being very impatient. They're stuck in limbo. They're fighting with somebody. There is an argument of who's right and who's wrong, and these cards are trying to tell you that's not a good way to be, because we had a lot of cards come out, and it was just crazy. I couldn't believe how many cards come out, to tell you the truth. We also got intuition. 22, intuition. The intuition card asks you to take a moment to reflect upon the times when you did not heed your intuition and things did not go as you hoped. Hindsight's a bitch. We've all had moments when we wished that we had trusted our gut feeling and said no to an endeavor or project instead of saying yes. I want you to remember yesterday's reading. If you did not watch it, you need to go watch it. We had the trickster in there. And what this is saying reminds me of the trickster card, because we're not listening to our past intuition, and it wasn't good. And like I said, we need to step back, observe, think about it. Look at past mistakes that you made and quick, fast decisions that you made that weren't right, and really think about any of these decisions that you're coming out with. And if your gut is saying no, don't do it. Do not make the same mistake twice. If your gut is telling you to go slow and be cautious, do exactly that. If something seems too good to be true, then it usually is. Conversely, think of the times when you have trusted your intuition and everything has felt right and manifested in the perfect way. If your gut is telling you that everything feels right, then heed that feeling too. Trust in the moment when everything felt and went right. Do not allow past bad experiences to make you weary. You have a chance at happiness and good times ahead if you are willing to open yourself and trust. Your unconscious mind knows that all is going to be fine. Do not let your conscious mind and insecurities talk you out of saying yes. So yeah, what that's saying is, if your gut is saying yes, listen to your gut. If your gut is going, I really don't feel good about this, then you need to stop and observe what you're doing and not go with that, because it takes both courage and practice to heed your intuition. We are so often told to base our decision on rational thought and logic and to weigh each choice with care. Your decision-making process can, however, be enhanced by listening to your gut feelings. In fact, it is important to use both rational thought and reason in intuition and instinct. The intuition card, when it appears, it signifies that the importance of heeding your intuition. It is better to appear foolish in the short term than to make a mistake that could cost you far more in the long term. What do you do when you have half a dozen options before you and all have equal pros and cons? In the end, the only option available is to go with an intuitive decision and pick the one that feels right for you. Yeah, that is a great card for us to get, because there's something going on and I can't put my finger on it, but whoever hears this will know when they hear it. There, with the intuition, we got the 2 of Cups, which is partnership. Appreciate love and trust in your relationship. This card predicts love and equality and meeting of the hearts and minds, which benefit all your relationship and friendships to romance. It also reveals a commitment or promise, such as an engagement or marriage, or an emotional investment in a shared project. This is a healing card. So if your relationship has tested you recently, it reveals that all will be well. You can expect someone close to you to show their love. Know that they are trustworthy and dependable. Someone has some decisions to make, and my advice is to go with your gut decision. Go with your gut feeling, because it never gut feeling usually never steers you wrong. The other one we got was, yeah, I thought so. The feminine and masculine. The 11. We got a lot of power numbers here. Put aside gender stereotypes. We were both masculine and feminine. Yeah, masculine and feminine has been coming up a lot because people really don't know how to align themselves with the masculine and feminine. The 11 of fire has a very simple and direct meaning. It appears in your reading today. It's upright, meaning symbols a potential imbalance that needs to be addressed. All these cards are pointing at an imbalance. At we just really have to get a grip, because activity came with that. We got the activity, the Knight of Wands. We got the activity card the other day, and it says choose which people and situations or projects will benefit most from your efforts and attention. Stay grounded, and you'll make great steps towards success. The energy and motivation and passion and focus and balance is all that card. All of this is telling us that, like I keep saying, over here, over here. It's trying the ancestors, the spirit guides, everybody's saying over here, and we're over here. We're over here. We need to come into alignment. And I know the holidays are really hard to do that, but we really need to come into alignment, because we did get the death and rebirth card. And when the death and rebirth card appears in the present, the moment of dawning awareness, when you realize you want a different life to the one you are living, your beliefs have changed in a radical way, or you do not really like the person you are, or are on a path to becoming. It is a sudden change of mind, that transformation, who you are in a very short span of time, sometimes instantly. Have you ever experienced a moment when you have seen yourself reflected in the words and actions of another person and find yourself suddenly wanting to be a better person? It is not a judgment of the other person, but a simple awareness that you are not presenting yourself in a manner that is in alignment with your core values. It is a light switch moment when you change from one state of being to another in a heartbeat. A lot of us have done that. I have had people say, "You are such a different person." My husband even said, "You are such a different person." Yeah, 5 years ago, I wasn't this girl. Now, yeah, I've really leveled up in my life, and I've really looked a lot of things, and I've really took a lot of things in depth, and I went the spiritual route. I wanted to know more, and it's also the learning experience of the history that has been all fabricated, and what's real and what's not. So there's a lot of things that you wake up to, and your awareness is heightened as you start leveling up in life and getting wiser, and coming to realize that some of the things that you thought were what they thought were not what they thought, what they were. It is time for a new beginning, a change in belief, attitude, and behavior. Letting go in these moments is the easy part, but to those around you, the changes that have gone on within you are not obvious until they are acted upon. Sometimes that involves making real changes in your life, changing your lifestyle and behavior, your career, your relationships. Sometimes you even have to change the way you speak, because your new state of mind and beliefs are in conflict with the manner in which you express yourself and communicate with others. Maybe you use words that suggest a lack or restrictive or limiting beliefs, and you are so used to using them that embracing positive terms feels alienated and awkward to begin with. Keep going. Continue to be mindful of your negative dialogue and changing it accordingly. Remember also to be kind to yourself. A sudden change of mind needs time to filter through and manifest in your behavior, especially if the change is one that also ends long-term patterns of behavior. The death and rebirth card signifies that awareness is key for the time being. Actions will speak so much louder than words. Do not tell everyone that you have changed. Instead, be the change. I really love that card. That is a good message. And, with that one, we got the Tower card, destruction. It's a death moment of ourselves. It's a rebirth moment, and the destruction is coming. Surrender to the universe, give up control, and begin to construct a new way of working, thinking, relating, or living. You now have the freedom to start over and a strong foundation on which to rebuild whatever has fallen. Yeah, that's where we're going. We're going into a new world. We're going into a new life. We're going into new ideas. And the last card that came out was the Zero Choices. And that does not surprise me at all because it's a choice to create reality. Belief is choice. Everything that interaction, everything is choice. Choice is consequence. See, she's got choices. You could either stay in the dark and cry and stay in the old, or you can go in the new, or you can even pick the middle door. It's like, let's make a deal, but it's a choice. It's your choice. So you have to live with the choices you make. Whichever door you walk through, that's your choice. And that was a perfect card to end that. But we've got one more tarot card with choice, was the Queen of Swords, resilience. Be prepared to make a strong decision or to respond to a final decision made by a woman. Interesting. These cards were all messages from our spirit guides, from our ancestors, from our angels to us, telling us something. We really need to listen to everything that it was saying and everything it's been saying. Now, we did get practical magic. We had 2 cards that come out, and it does not surprise me after that reading, the cards that came out. The first one we got was a number 30, Time for Play, the Woodland Queen. Yes, it is time for us. And that we've been getting the imagination card. We have the inner child. Yes, we have to balance the masculine and feminine, but we also have our inner child that we have to work on. We have to balance all 3 of them. Create for the joy of it and not for the end result. Allow yourself to be messy and imperfect and free from constraints or limits. Boy, that's a me card. I'm a messy cook, so I could see that. You don't have to be good at something to have fun doing it. In today's goal-oriented world, it's easy to forget how to play. Be curious and create for the sheer joy of it. While kids are happy to make glorious, unself-conscious art or sing tunelessly at the top of their lungs at some point in the growing up stage, most people decide to only do things they're good at. Nowadays, with tutorial courses, books, and online instructions on any topic you can imagine, there's pressure to be good at everything you attempt and to give up if you're not brilliant the first time you try. But you don't have to be a professional artist to find pleasure in painting or an acclaimed chef with your own restaurant to love experimenting with food. You don't need to be an expert sculptor before you start playing with clay or a small-time jeweler to create meaningful pieces that make you smile. If doing something makes you happy, do it, regardless of your skill or talent or lack thereof. Happy, do it regardless of your skill and talent. When this card comes to you, it's a message to surrender to the wildness of your imagination and give your inner child free rein. Play and paint, draw and sing and write and dance, craft without worrying about the end product, needing it to have a purpose or even trying to improve. Do something you've been too scared to even attempt because of the pressure you but put on yourself to be good at it. Follow your joy, reveal your mediocrity, and appreciate the process of expressing yourself rather than focusing on the finished product. Be aware of your tendencies towards perfectionism and consciously release it. If you're too focused on being perfect, you'll always be disappointed in your creation, and that will discourage you. Halt the flow of your inspiration and stop your natural ability to express what's in your heart. This is a time to play and create with joyful abandon. To thrive creatively, you must give yourself permission to make mistakes, be messy, and explore freely without expectations or concerns for the outcome. Pottery mug wonky. Portrait more surreal than you'd hoped. Song more speeched than melody. Dance more clumsy than graceful. Do it anyway. Magic flows when you let go of self-consciousness and self-criticism and the drive to be perfect. Accept that you don't have to be good at everything you do. Your job, yes, but not the things you do for fun. Give yourself permission to be terrible. Who knows? Once you start, you might discover talents you had no idea about. Maybe you'll love it and want to take classes to get better, or maybe you'll just reveal in being spectacularly bad at it and honor and appreciate the experience and the unpressured fun of it all. You don't have to make a career out of a hobby or set a goal. Let go of targets and results and embrace joy, freedom, mess, and play. Connect again with your childlike sense of wonder, awe, and curiosity. Just be you. Be all the things you're always wanted to be, but we're too scared to try. Have compassion for yourself and for the dreams you crushed because you thought you weren't good enough. Dance, soar, paint, sculpture, move, sew, garden, bake, color in. Express yourself, your heart, your joy, and your wild curiosity with complete freedom. Remember that you are more than productivity, more than your achievements and your work self. Like should also include things that are done for no reason other than fun. Be silly, laugh loudly, embrace joy, take a risk, try something new, fail spectacularly, go on adventure, submerge yourself fully, hold on to your wonder, cherish the journey of life, not just the goal. Find pleasure in small moments or joy and treasures them, acknowledge them, and know there will be more ahead. I love that card. That is a great card, and we do need more of that. We also need more of this solar strength, solar magic. Look at that. That is pure fire. We are all a dance of polarities, a combination of sun and moon, yin and yang, and masculine and feminine energies. These qualities ebb and flow within us, and we may naturally embody some traits more than others. We can also choose to consciously amplify our expression of certain traits. So-called masculine energy, also described as sun solar or yang energy, is a powerful source associated with strength, confidence, logic, and focus and clarity. It is about doing rather than thinking, taking action, being assertive, analytical, and goal-oriented, and focus on outward wisdom rather than inner perspective and intuition. This energy is active, outward, and external, full of heat, vitality, willpower, and purpose. Solar energy is associated with the life-giving power of the sun and the way it warms and illuminates the world. When this card appears, it's a message that your current situation will begin from you invoking and embodying some solar energy, which will spark creativity, abundance, and most importantly, action. It indicates that this is a time to sit down and figure out exactly what you want to achieve, then break it down into easily actionable steps and follow them until you reach your goal. Intuition and going within is important, but in this instant, The best results will come from being clear and decisive, jumping in to make it happen. This card encourages you to set boundaries and embrace qualities such as protection, passion, intellect, reasoning, and logic. In your current situation, structure and order is a strength. Planning is a positive and must remain focused on the outcome, avoiding any distractions that are trying to halt your progress. Now is the time to embrace action, motivation, and manifestation. To take your hopes and dreams out of the etheric and anchor them in reality. To incorporate your dreaming and dreaminess into the world, express your ideas in a tangible form, and create something physical that represents your inner self. Tapping into the masculine energy of the earth and acknowledging your own masculine energy, regardless of gender, is healthy and necessary. Embrace rather than fear the strength and raw power of this energy and use it to fuel action, achieve goals, and move forward in your life. Connecting with your solar energy will help you manifest your dreaming and into reality. Connect to your rational mind and channel your inner knowing and emotions into particular means. This is the way of the warrior of light, who is a passionate, consistent, and focused, filled with willpower and intention, and who never stops fighting for the things they believe in. Welcome this side of yourself, give thanks to it, and allow it to strengthen your intentions. Burn away lethargy and procrastination and ignite the energy and power of action. That is a great card. Yeah, we do need to incorporate the masculine and the feminine into our lives. We all know that. It's just hard to get there. So now we have two cards that came out with the angels and ancestors, and they were really good cards. The first card we got was the Sears, see beyond the current situation. Look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration, and focus on love. Most, if not all, traditions have a seer in some shape or form. Seers are the intelligent and intuitive beings who serve as direct channels for information on what's occurring now and what's about to unfold. Their energy isn't about predicting your future for you, but about showing you how your intentions are creating it. A true seer will help you see that your intentions can change, therefore, so can your future. The message of this card is to let the clairvoyant within you rise up so that you can see the way forward yourself with your spiritual eyes. Clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future. It's about being able to see. Between UPS looking for an address and my dog's barking, I've had pause twice. Okay, let's go on with this. You are being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening now. Don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know you're in an energetic holding space while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. Angels of light are upgrading your energy so that your experiences can be more enjoyable. You are moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening, so stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. Yeah, that was a great message. I knew that something was going to come through with that card. That was a perfect message. I've been saying that the ancestors and spirit guides wanted to say something to us and we weren't listening. Maybe that was our message. I think that was one of them. The other card that we got was Mountain. Stand your ground. Hold firm to what you believe in or are focusing on, because it is absolutely right. Know that heaven and earth are supporting you. We did get the heaven and earth card. Mountains are strong and wise. They are rooted deep in the earth and reach high into the sky. They have been where they are for thousands of years. They have been home to animals. They have been climbed by humans, and they have seen seasons come and go. No matter what has happened to them, they have remained strong, immovable, and unshakable. And so they offer the spiritual energies of strength and resilience. We got the resilience card earlier too. Mountain energy is powerful because it's firmly rooted in the Great Mother and reaches high to the Great Father. If you're feeling challenged or pressured to at this time, know that your spirit is more powerful than you think. You are resilient and grounded, and the energy and air of mountains is giving you the unshakable strength to be who you are. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of the earth before welcoming in the energies of heaven. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the mountain card invites you to stay exactly where you are, talking things over with those around you, and know that change will come to you. You will be whole and well at the end. This current situation, and it will end, and it will not stand in your way for your future growth and expansion. Um, yeah, I think that's telling us to stay in our own lane, stay where we are, don't make any rash decisions. It's not the time. And you know what's interesting? All the cards led up to those. They all said the same thing. Um, because we did get the lotus within you in the soul helper oracle. The lotus within you awakens. You are a master in light on high. um we have a lot of messages coming through in these last few readings that are very important, and I think people need to really take a deep breath and listen to these messages and really resonate with them and understand what they're saying to us. When you hold this card in your hand, all the choirs of angels will be looking down upon you. You are now ready and will surpass yourself and become an inspiration for all beings in all worlds, in all times and all dimensions. You will awaken and follow your soul path as a master. Think about the image of the lotus on the card. The lotus has its roots in the mud of a lake bed and grows inex- inexorably toward the light, just like you. It rises up through the murky water at the bottom of the lake, just as you outgrow your base feelings and emotions. However, its final goal is yet to come. It grows up through the clear water just below the surface and finally unfurls its beauty, but only when it has found the light. Again, just like you. Its fragrance, its true beauty is at last released into the air. The elements of pure thought, pure spirit, and wisdom, the path that it follows from the mud of the lake bed through to the surface, cannot spoil its faultless beauty, dim its radiance, or distort its bewitching magical scent. All that the lotus is, you are too. It represents rebirth, fertility, clarity, purity, and perfection. Its fragrance, however, is its true magic, as it transports us, liberating us from the illusion of time. Your soul is like the fragrance of the lotus. You can walk in all times, all worlds, and in all dimensions. You might think that you are not of these things, nor are you wise or a master, but know that there is no time. Everything is now. Start to believe you yourself are the light from the future that shines on and guides you. You have long since been a master in light on high. Your soul helper oracle for the next 21 days. The power animal is the koi, the herbal essence is the lotus, the healing crystal is the ruby, and the number is 5. Number 5 tells you that you have a deep connection with the divine source and that nothing can prevent wisdom from finding its way to you. Your current priorities are fidelity, reliability, and loyalty. Focus on them and concentrate on healing them in both the world outside and your inner world. Number 5 brings protection, giving you the freedom to act more boldly. Its energy field is centering, bringing the strength that always recognizes and recreates itself at the end of the soul path, along with meditation, belief, and insight. Yeah, that's a great message for us. And we got number 31. You're experiencing a spiritual blossoming. Take a new direction and be open to new experiences. She is completely nude. She is all pure with the earth around her and the water. The lotus flower represents the union of opposites. And then we've got the lotus flower again. And I think that other card had the lotus flower in it. So that is a blossoming. That is a reawakening. That is our awakening. It possesses the power and wisdom to fuse light and darkness, symbolizes the spirit, perfection, and spiritual development. You have drawn this card because you are at the beginning of your soul path and still have much to understand, but that is only natural. We are all on the path of mastery. None of us can claim to be any better or indeed worse than others. We are not in a competition. Retain your innocence and do not fear the dark. It is a wonderful place in which to grow. At some point, we have all momentarily strayed from the light-filled path before choosing to rejoin it once more. Even the lotus has its roots in the deep, dark, cold mud of the lake bed and must reach up through the water towards the light to flower in true perfection beauty. Only then does it give us the gift of its magical beauty and an enchanting fragrance. You have drawn this card because something really profound is about to unfold. It heralds a new chapter of your journey. Take the time to listen carefully, first to your inner voice and then to the world outside. You might hear the call of a new teacher. Be open to your ongoing path of learning, wisdom, experience, and personal growth. Your soul helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the owl, the herbal essence oil is the peppermint, the healing crystal is the clear quartz, and the number is 4. You know, everything is pointing towards teachers. Yesterday we had the teacher, learning, the wisdom, the lotus flower. Uh, it's all pointing to everything we need to open our minds to. Number 4 reveals that you need solid structure now more than ever. To feel secure, you need a ordered space. The number brings a sudden burst of energy. Use it to get your life in order. It brings good humor and cheerfulness. Things will be less complicated and life will become easier. Start to be aware of yourself and your body more keenly and take care of your physical needs. Number 4's energy field is the mastery of matter. In order to be able to create paradise, wholeness, divine order, and manifestation. Yeah, it's the Garden of Eden, the heaven on earth. We've got the earth, we got the king of earth, we got the queen of earth, and the masculine and feminine. Those are really great messages. We have 2 more messages with the divine master. Now, the first one we got was the Kuthum. Initiatory experiences, your current situation is initiating your gifts. Master Kuthumi or Kuthumi, also known simply as KH, sounds better to me. KH was one of the original ascending masters. His name was given to protect the identity of a highly influential man from the Punjab region who is known to have encouraged the Maharaji of the time to reclaim his spiritual path. Now he is the keeper of the golden ray of wisdom, a divine energy that can be invoked to help us tune into the mysteries of the universe. Kuthumi is an evolved soul working closely with the earth and appears to anyone who is ready to move forward to their spiritual path. This divine master acts as a spiritual doorkeeper, somewhat like an energetic bouncer, holding space so that those embarking on a spiritual path can enter deep transcendental states and be protected from lower vibrations. This is a time to take your intentions, plans, and gifts to the next level. It's time to stop playing small and think beyond where you are now. If you have held back on dreams, intentions, or plans, allow yourself to start moving toward the life you want for yourself. Cosmic energy is surrounding you now, holding sacred space for you to delve deep into yourself in order to uncover gifts, talents, abilities, and more. The situation that you are moving through is very important for your life path. Know that any limitation, challenges, or fears that are rising up are opportunities for you to fully show up and shine. Be aware that adversity is actually an opportunity to learn and teach. Know that there are no mistakes in the events that are unfolding for you now. Instead, there is a sacred plan based on the prayers, intentions, and visions you have had for yourself, your life, and your spiritual path. Well, that's a great message. I really like that message. The last card we got in the Divine Master was the Blue Beings, light transmission, wounds healed, important information, and charging up. There are many names for these beings, such as extraterrestrials, star people, star ancestors, sky people, and more. Whatever they are called, they are divinely inspired, evolving beings existing in dimensions that we cannot even comprehend. These dimensions are alternating realities and so far in the future that these bright ones see beyond anything that troubles us now. These overseers of the cosmos are like angels in the sense that they are expressions of the divine fully connected to the heart of source. Star beings exist in multiple forms and in this case appears as blue beings. They are here to transport you energetically to their healing sanctuaries so that you can be whole and healed. They come in peace, radiating the highest light and frequency that can assist you on all levels of healing. They work on a quantum level, and thus, when their healing touches your life, the root cause of any dis-ease is eliminated and completely healed. If the world feels overwhelming or intense, know that hands of light are upon you now. Take a moment to retreat to a safe place to cleanse and recharge your energy. Don't feel guilty about it. You don't need to be constantly in the limelight or in the service of others. This is not a time to sacrifice your own well being in order to serve others. Take the time to recharge, observe, and review how you feel. This is a deeply healing time for you. You may have been on this path for a long time and experienced miraculous and healing moments, but know you are going deeper. This is about healing from the inside out. Be open to learning new information and gaining insight about your life, and that will bring you a deeper state of wholeness and connection with yourself. Cosmic beings are surrounding you now and are leading the way on this ever unfolding journey. Wow, that is a beautiful message. And these messages have been really deep dives, but I think they're trying to open our eyes to the things around us that we're not seeing. We did get 2 of the Gateway of Light activation. We got the Ancestral Realm, Karmic Release, Healing the Lineage, and Boundaries. And that other card was pretty much the same thing. In every incarnation, we have been blessed to be a part of a lineage that helps us live our life and embark on learning experiences. And for hundreds and even thousands of years, those who have walked the earth before us have prayed for a better life. We are an answer to those prayers. Even though they may no longer be on the physical plane, our ancestors are living through our choices and experiences. None of our ancestors had it perfect. After all, they were human too. They made poor choices. They made mistakes, mistaken views. Many of their intentions were honorable, many were not. All of this is held within the ancestral lineage, as are many beliefs, ideas, and limitations that are outdated, fear-based, and even harmful. All these karmic energies can hold us back, but when someone decides to walk the spiritual path, Whether they realize it or not, their life becomes an answer to their ancestors' prayers. When this card comes to you, your life is an answer to a great ancestral call. This card initiates healing on all levels, but particularly on the family line. There may be some ideas and beliefs in your family that you find limiting or negative. Know that they need to be. Can't get the page apart. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. They don't need to be your truth. You have the opportunity to go beyond the challenging energies of your family lineage. If you are in a particular challenging time of facing energies that are harsh and even overwhelming, the energies of your ancestors is with you now. They are here to hold a sacred and safe space so that you can rest. Your ancestors are surrounding you now. They are here to seek forgiveness for any harmful decisions that were made without full awareness and for any negative effects those are having on you now. If you have found that a particular family member has been difficult or relationship has been negatively impacted because of situations or ideas that stem from the past, know that a great cleansing is taking place at this time. The anointed for the wound is the energy of forgiveness. This isn't about accepting what happened as fine, but realizing that the energies of the past no longer govern your present. It's about choosing to create your own happiness and live from your own heart. Keep your boundaries strong, but be open to carving out a new path. Yeah, I love that. I completely agree with that. The last card that we got was the Star Gathering, Star Alignment, and Remembering Home and Your Soul Family. There's something powerful about looking up into the midnight sky, seeing that vast openness. We recognize that we are part of something that is beyond our understanding. This card brings that feeling directly to us, that feeling of utter connectedness to the stars, where we fall in and out of the dream state and wonder about the meaning of life and universe and everything. Star Gathering is a powerful card. It's the energy of home before we join the circle of life. As a human being, we were part of the cosmos. And that feeling of being connected to the stars is a memory of what we were before. This card reminds us that we have star power and star potential, but we are not only the only star in the world. For when we switch on our light, we attract more star energy and even our own star family. The stars have aligned. You have found the lost pieces of yourself and your energy, and now is your time to shine. Your magnetic, attracted people, energies, and opportunities that will allow your dreams to unfold. This is a time of wishes fulfilled. All of your dedication, focus, and dreaming has paid off, and now you can recap the rewards, reap the rewards. It's important for you to know that this plane of existence is your rightful place and not to spend new books. They just don't want to come apart. Too much time trying to transcend this reality. For you choose to be here at this time. Make the most of this powerful opportunity. If you are feeling particularly connected to certain individuals at this time, it's because you are finding your star family, beings you connected with before you entered the cycle of physical incarnation. And as long as you are connected to yourself, you are home. Yeah. That was a great finale for this day. There was a lot of messages that came through there, guys. We really have to work on some things. There's some things coming through that's trying to get our attention, and we need to, with the holidays being here, we need to pay attention. So I hope that that helped everybody, and I know that if you found this message, it was meant for you when you found it. Um, I don't have any closing words. It was a lot to think about. Both these last couple days, um, it's been a lot to think about with these messages coming through. They've been warnings, and there's been things that we need to think about. So, with that said, I love you all. And may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.